Assalamualaikum and greetings to all of you that watch our video. My name is Muhammad Azlami.
My name is Vanessa, anak perempuan Gunjun. My metric number is DAM2207003.
Hi, my name is Morphus member 3 and my metric number is D4 7778.
Hi, my name is Imizumi Zahra, holding metric ID from 2207027.
Hi guys, my name is Aribi Akbar. I'm holding metric card DCCA 2207027.
My name is Christina Kasiagavia Natural and I'm holding my card number DCCA 2207013.
Me, myself and my team are going to talk about Singapore Airlines and information related to the hazards and diseases at the workplace. Singapore Airlines is a flag carrier airlines of Singapore and one of the most renowned airlines in the world. The airline was founded in 1947 as Malaysian Airways and was later renamed to Singapore Airlines in 1972. Today, Singapore Airlines operates a fleet of more than 130 aircraft service destinations across 6 continents. The airline's hub is at Singapore's Changi Airport, which is consistently ranked as one of the best airports in the world. Singapore Airlines has a reputation for delivering exceptional service and resilience amenities, which has earned it numerous awards and accolades over the years. In addition to passenger flight, the airlines was operate a cargo division and has partnerships with several other airlines around the world. Singapore Airlines is a member of the Star Alliance, which is the world's largest airlines alliance. The airlines also has several subsidiaries, including Sail Air, Scott, and SIA Engineering Company. So this is about Singapore Airlines background.
So I'm going to talking about 5 hazards highlighted that may faced by other airlines and including Singapore Airlines. So Singapore Airlines may face a range of hazards that can impact the safety of passenger, crew, and the aircraft itself. These hazards can include weather-related issues, mechanical failure, human error, as well as natural disaster. And actually, the COVID-19 pandemic has introduced a new hazard to the airline industry, with the potential for transmission of the virus during travel. Airlines must take measures to mitigate this hazard and ensure the safety of their passenger and crew. The first hazard that Singapore Airlines and other airlines may face include weather hazards. Weather hazards means adverse weather conditions such as thunderstorm, strong wind, and low visibility that can pose a significant hazard to aircraft operation. So the next hazard is technical malfunction. Technical malfunction is referred to aircraft system, engine, and other components is failed and potentially leading to accident or incidents. The third hazard is human error. Human error mistake made by pilot, air traffic controller, or ground crew that can lead to aircraft crash. The fourth one is about security threat. Security threat is act to terrorism, hijacking, and other security threat that can pose significant hazard to the safety and security of air travel. For the last hazard that may faced by Singapore Airlines or other airlines is maintenance issue. Maintenance-related issues such as improper repair or inadequate maintenance procedure that can lead to aircraft crash. It is important to airlines like Singapore Airlines to have robust safety management system in place to identify and mitigate this hazard and ensure the safety of their passenger, crew, and the aircraft itself.
I will state a risk based on a 5 hazard on the question B. So the first one is weather condition. Weather condition can affect the performance of the aircraft, especially on the strong wind. So like strong wind can not just can affect the performance of the aircraft, but also it can create a broken parts at the aircraft itself. So the second one is about the technical malfunction. So basically, narrow body aircraft or wide body aircraft, they usually use they're usually depending on the instrument itself. Like they want to navigate their path, or they want to the fuel. They want to watch the fuel, the wake of the aircraft, or NTOW, and also waypoints. So if one instrument is gone, it will affect other instrument, other instrument as well. And the third one is about human error. So human error took around 70% whenever the aircraft accidents happen. So if the staff or the crew make a mistake or be egoistic, the percentage of crash is high. And number 4 is about the act of terrorism and hijacking. Acts of terrorism and hijacking can create passengers to feel scared and also traumatized, and they will try to avoiding from using that airlines if they want to travel. And last but not least is maintenance issues, which is the improper repairs or improper following the procedures. It will affect the performance of the aircraft itself. It is either on the mid-air or even on the ground. So I think that's all the 5 risks based on the 5 hazards on question B. So that's all for me. Thank you.
So the other method to reduce the risk of hazard is through personal protective equipment (PPE). This involves providing workers with personal protective equipment such as safety goggles, gloves, and ear protector to protect them from hazards. For example, Singapore Airlines can provide PPE to workers who handle hazardous materials or work in noisy environment. By doing so, they can protect employees from potential hazards. For this method, there are no specific costs because it depends on how many workers need the PPE and what type of equipment needed. Other than that, to reduce the risk of hazard is through training and education. This involves educating workers on how to recognize and avoid hazards. For example, Singapore Airlines can provide safety training to all workers on how to handle equipment and materials safely. By doing so, they can ensure that their workers are aware of the potential hazards that will happen and how to handle them safely without any problem. For this method, it is the same like previous method. There are no specific costs because it depends on how many workers needed the training.
Okay, I want to explain method how to reduce the risk based on risk control triangle. Okay, the first way to reduce the risk of hazard is through hazard elimination. This involves identify and elimination hazard before they can ensure that all equipment is maintained and inspected regularly to prevent any potentially hazard. By doing so, we can prevent accident by injuries in the workplace. Next, to reduce the risk of hazard is through engineering controls. This involves to control hazard. For example, Singapore can install safety features such as automatic shut-off switch to prevent equipment from overheating. This can effectively reduce the risk of hazard in the workplace. Okay, for question E, for each equipment that I mentioned, there are no specific cost, but it can range around 100 or 1,000.
So to conclude our topic, which Wanisa highlight the 5 hazards in Singapore Airlines company, is for identifying and highlighting hazard is an essential part of the safety management system in aviation. It allows organizations to identify potential risks and implement measures to prevent or mitigate the consequence of accident and incident. So, it helps to create awareness and understanding of the risk involved in aviation operation and encourage a proactive approach to safety. Furthermore, highlighting hazard is a regulatory requirement in most countries in aviation industry. Aviation companies are required to maintain a hazard identification and reporting system that includes identifying and reporting hazard, assessing their risk, and developing strategies to manage them. In summary, hazard identification and highlighting are essential in aviation companies to ensure the safety of personnel, passenger, and equipment, comply with regulatory requirements, and prevent or mitigate the consequence of accident and incident. So that's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you for watching.